Hey everybody, today we're going to take a step back and do another tier ranking. This time we're going to do welcome signs. Now on Tier Ranker, there's several different welcome sign rankings. They all look a little bit different. This one I think looks the best. However, it does only have 48 states. It's missing 2. I think Hawaii and South Dakota. Apologies to those 2 states, but we're going to try to go through this. You're going to have your own criteria. It's completely subjective. And is this kind of cheesy? Yeah, it is. But it's probably going to be more fun than normal politics. So let's go through all these different state welcome signs and a couple of caveats. Some of these are outdated. Some states have more than one welcome sign, and some of them do depend on the camera angle or the background. We'll try to take it all into consideration. Most of the focus is going to be on the sign itself. So let's get into it. First, we've got Alabama. We've got a plain green background. Welcome to Sweet Home Alabama. Not really my thing. Kind of bland looking. That's going to be borderline CD. I'm going to start that in the D tier. Next, we've got Welcome to Alaska. I can't see what it says underneath, but they've got the outline of the state on there. Kind of juts out over the top. They're going for the carved wood look. It's pretty good. I'm going to put that in the B tier. Next, Arizona. The Grand Canyon State welcomes you. Looks like we've got the state flag in the middle. It's the blue background. Looks okay. That's good enough for the C tier. Next, welcome to Arkansas, the natural state. Buckle up for safety. I think the buckle up for safety being part of it kind of lowers it. But other than that, I think it's pretty average. We'll put that also in the C tier. Next, welcome to California. We've got the flowers there, and then it says entering Pacific time. Now that's technically not part of the welcome sign, so I guess I shouldn't factor that in. The regular sign itself, I don't think it stands out that much. The font isn't that huge. I'll put that also in the low C tier. Next, welcome to colorful Colorado. I didn't know Colorado was known as being colorful. The wood is fine, but this is kind of lackluster in my opinion. I'm going to put that in the high D tier. Next, welcome to Connecticut. Still revolutionary. The Constitution state. Got the outline of the state nickname. It's not bad. That's kind of what I would expect from a welcome sign, so we're going to put that in the B tier. But next we've got Delaware. Welcome to Delaware, Endless Discoveries. That works for me, and I kind of like that better than the other ones so far. Maybe I'll even bump that up to the A tier. Looks like there's waves there. There's a slogan. The name of the state is nice and big. Good looking sign. For now, I'm going to say that's the best one. Next, welcome to Florida, the Sunshine State. Got some palm trees on the side. Looks like the O is an orange with the state outline. I don't know if those colors work well for me. The Sunshine State on the bottom, that's fine. That's going to be C tier, we'll say. Next, welcome to Georgia. We're glad Georgia's on your mind. We've got kind of a stylized peach. I guess that one's not too bad. I think it's a little better than the Florida. We'll put that in the low B tier. Next, welcome to Idaho. It's pretty cut and dry, very minimalist. And is that a purple background? That seems unusual. But Idaho is nice and big, good font. I think that is going to be enough to get it into the C tier. It's not that great, but I do think it's better than Alabama and Colorado. Next, welcome to Illinois, the land of Lincoln. Got a green background. Looks like we've got a picture of the state and probably an outline of the profile of Lincoln. This one is not bad. It's got the slogan. I don't think it's too bad. I'm going to actually put this one in the B tier. Next, welcome to Indiana, crossroads of America. And then we've got Lincoln's boyhood home. I'm assuming that's not on every welcome sign. And is Lincoln's boyhood home the most notable thing Indiana wants to show off on their welcome signs? And it's technically not a part of it. It's decent without that part on the bottom. With the part on the bottom, it lowers it. Tough call. I think it's borderline CB. Without the Lincoln part, I'm going to bump that up to the B tier. Next, Iowa. We've got the people of Iowa welcome you. Iowa, fields of opportunities. We've got a white background. It's not really that eye-catching to me. Kind of just looks like a run-on sentence. I'm going to put this one in the C tier. Next, Kansas welcomes you. Can't make out what it says on the top. Looks like we've got a sunflower on the top left. I think it works. I'm going to put this one up in the B tier. Next, it's Kentucky. Welcome to Kentucky. Unbridled spirit. And this is clearly outdated. We've got Stephen L. Bashir, governor, and birthplace of Abraham Lincoln. So we've got 3 states mentioning Lincoln. Not big on having the governor part of the welcome sign, so that is going to bring it down for me. I see the horse outline. That's kind of neat. If they took off the bottom third, this would get up in the B tier, but that is going to bring it down into the C tier. Next, welcome to Louisiana. Then we've got the same thing in French, And then under that, keep Louisiana beautiful. I get the French history down there. I don't really care for it on the welcome sign. That is going to go in the D tier. Next state, welcome to Maine. The way life should be. Open for business. Not going to factor in the open for business. The sign looks a little dirty, kind of plain. The way life should be. It's not really striking me. That's going to be CD territory. I'm going to put that in the high D tier. Next, we've got Maryland welcomes you. Enjoy your visit. Another outdated one, Martin O'Malley governor. We'll cut that part out, and I would hope they have a bigger sign somewhere else, because I think the welcome sign should really capture your attention. It should have the name of that state huge, and this looks like a sign I would see in the middle of a town somewhere. So not a big fan of that, but I'll bump it up to the low C tier. Next, Massachusetts welcomes you. Looks like we've got MassDOT and some logos. That kind of lowers it for me. And the welcomes you is bigger than the Massachusetts. That I think they've got backwards. And the more I think about it, the MassDOT, I don't think that should be on the welcome sign. Whatever logos those are, seems like they're kind of tacked on. That's going to bring this down into the D tier. Next, welcome to Michigan. Great Lakes, great times. I think this is better than the welcome to pure Michigan signs I've seen. But still, I don't think the name of the state is prominent enough. It's not hitting me that hard. I'm going to put that in the middle of the pack. Next, Minnesota welcomes you. I wish this was a little bit more of a close-up. I like the outline of the state. I like the font. The welcomes you underneath. That looks good. That stands out. I like it. That's actually probably going to go up in the A tier. Next, welcome to Mississippi. Birthplace of America's music. Outline of the state in the background. Stylized font. It's okay. That's going to go in the C tier. Next, Missouri welcomes you. Got the river running through the S's. That's kind of neat. The sun, I think it works. That's going to go in the B tier for me. Next, Montana. And that's kind of all it says. There's definitely some color and some graphic to it. But where's the welcome? Where's the slogan? Where's the cheesy buckle up for safety? Maybe they could even weasel a Lincoln connection into this somehow. But no, they just went with the name of the state. I do like how the sign is the shape of the state. That's pretty neat. That's going to be enough to put it in the C tier. Next, Nebraska. ... The Good Life. Home of Arbor Day. That's kind of tacky for me. There's no welcome. I'm going to say that's going to go in the D tier. Next, welcome to Nevada. We won't worry about the Clark County line. They got some good colors there. The Nevada really pops. I'm going to put that in the B tier. Next, welcome New Hampshire, live free or die. It's got kind of a rustic look to it, but then we've got what looks like a welcome in French. For some people that works, some people it doesn't matter. For me, that does lower it. And they've got the live free or die in quotes, a picture of a town in the middle. I don't want to be cruel about it, but I'm going to also put this in the high D tier. Maybe you put it up to C. That's fine, but it's going to go in D. Next, welcome to New Jersey. There's a stamp in the background with the outline of New Jersey. Probably could be a little bit bigger, but I think it gets the job done. That's going to go in the C tier. Next, welcome to New Mexico, land of enchantment. Looks like some chili peppers on the side. The yellow looks a little weak, a little dirty. Land of enchantment works for me. That's borderline CB. I'm going to put that in the high C tier. Next, welcome to New York, the Empire State. There is a logo on that sign. That's just your standard green sign. Nothing colorful, nothing unique or snazzy about it. Pretty bland. It does have the Empire State, but it is pretty bland. I'm going to put that in the D tier. Next, welcome to North Carolina. With the flag, pretty basic stuff again, similar to New York. That's going to have to go right next to it. Next, welcome to North Dakota, legendary. That one has the blue background, a unique font. It has a slogan underneath. That to me works. That's going to go in the B tier. Next, Ohio welcomes you. That's different, having welcomes you underneath. It has the big state name. I do like that. I'm going to say that's borderline CB, but I think it might have just enough to get it up into B. Next, welcome to Oklahoma, with the colorful logo next to it. The only problem is the welcome to Oklahoma, way too small on that sign compared to that logo. That's going to bring it down into the C tier. Next, Oregon welcomes you. This is similar to Minnesota. Great outline of the state. We've got the trees. I think this is also going to have to go up into the A tier. Next, welcome to Pennsylvania. Pursue your happiness. And then it looks like a website underneath. That part lowers it. The rest is fine, but that's going to put it into the C tier. Next, it's Discover Beautiful Rhode Island. I'd rather have welcome to. Discover is fine. It's going to go in the middle in the C tier. Now we've got welcome to South Carolina. Looks like Nikki Haley governor underneath, and I don't know if that's part of it on the left. Looks like it says smiling faces, beautiful places. I think that is part of it. I guess I'm going to just put that in the C tier. Next, Tennessee. The volunteer state welcomes you with a flag in the lower right, outline of the state, unique font. It's not bad. That could go up into the B tier, maybe C. I'll put it up into the B. Welcome to Texas. Drive friendly, the Texas way. Green background, flag in the middle. Texas is a big state and it doesn't really stand out on that sign. But other than that, it's average. I'm going to put that in the C. Next, welcome to Utah. Life elevated. There's a picture of the arch scene in the background. I think it works well enough for the B tier. Next, welcome to Vermont, the Green Mountain State. That has the elements I like. I think it works. That's going to go also in the B tier. Next, we've got welcome to Virginia. Virginia is for lovers, and there's a heart in place of the V. At a glance, it might look like Virginia is for losers, so the heart thing kind of doesn't really work for me. I like the background and the font on the welcome to Virginia, but other than that, it's nothing special. That's going to also go in the C tier. Next, welcome to Washington, the Evergreen State. Outline of the state in the background, that's the kind of thing I like. It's going to go in the low B tier. Next, welcome to West Virginia, Wild and Wonderful. I guess this is fine. The wild and wonderful part I'm not sure of. And the color in the background I don't think blends that well for me. I think that's going to knock it down into the high C tier, but it's not bad. Next, Wisconsin welcomes you. Now we're back to the carved wood. We've got recreation, industry, and agriculture on the side and above, presumably the pillars of that state. And then we've got Tony Evers' governor tacked on down below. Normally it's not a part of the sign, so it's easy to not factor in. This time it's actually on the sign. So that does kind of lower it. I'm going to put that in the C tier. Last, welcome to Wyoming, Frontier West. It's the cowboy in the mountains in the background. It's also one of those signs hanging from the wood. I don't know, I guess it's decent enough. Probably could end it on a high note, put it in the B tier. So that's it. That's all of them. Too bad we couldn't get Hawaii and South Dakota in there. But either way, this was tough enough to try to go through all of these. When you start going through all these, you realize there are a lot of different subtle elements. Some of them you like, some of them you don't. I'm sure you could change some of these around. I try to keep it consistent, but obviously that's going to be tough to do. This is what I came up with. It was fun to go through these signs. So let me know in the comments, how would your tiers look? Which ones do you think are the best? Which ones do you think would get down in the F tier for you? Let me know down below. On your way out, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Join if you'd like to support the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.